got time just for a short Q&A. I suspect that in some of what I've said already, some of the questions that have been asked have been answered. And in particular, the questions about what will we do in heaven. Think about it this way. If the new heaven is really a new earth, then many of the things that we experience and enjoy here on earth will be some of the things that we experience and enjoy in the new heavens and the new earth. At this time, without any pain or hurt or fighting or anything like that at all. The fact that we'll have new bodies, that we'll enjoy the things that our bodies and our senses experience, perhaps even 1,000-fold more, surely means that many of the things which our bodies enjoyed, food, the Bible often talks about feasting with God in heaven, playing, absolutely, laughing, enjoying ourselves. And imagine playing and enjoying yourself without getting into a fight or an argument. It's hard to imagine, isn't it? But all of those things will be a part of our experience in the new heavens and the new earth. What language will we speak is a question somebody asked, and that's an intriguing question. You may see, just peeking under my elbow, is a picture. It's a depiction of the Tower of Babel. You remember the story of how man, in his sin, decided that they would build a tower to reach heaven. It was an assertion of their independence, a pinnacle and climax of man's sin that had been growing and man's desire not to be scattered. They all spoke one language, and in their sin decided to try and preserve that, and in their sin made a statement against God that they are really the ones who are in charge and not him. And you remember how God had to come down and look and then judge them and scattered them and confused their languages. What will we speak in heaven? Well, there's an indication in Revelation that we will all speak and understand one another, that there will, in a sense, be a language that is common and understood across the cultures, across the backgrounds, across the different tongues. But there's no indication that our own languages that we know will cease. And perhaps there's every indication that we could learn new languages in heaven. I don't think learning will stop. So what language will we speak? I don't know what language we'll speak, but we'll all understand each other. For the curse has been overturned first by the cross and at Pentecost, as people could all understand one another in their own language and hear the gospel taught, and gloriously as we are one unified humanity in the new heavens and the new earth, we'll be able to understand one another in a common language. But we'll maintain, I would guess, our own languages and maybe even learn ferociously more and more in heaven. So I think we'll enjoy many of the things. And the questions you've asked, what will we do? We talk about worshiping God and singing to God. And many of us think it's like a choir all dressed up and forever just singing hymn after hymn after hymn. But that's not at all what I think it will look like. Worship is about expressing our awe and appreciation and gratitude towards God. So we will worship him, yes, surely, with our voices and our lips. We'll worship him by simply being in his presence and enjoying him. We'll worship him in the everyday activities of play, of rest, of work, which I take it will be a part of life there, of sport, enjoyment, even perhaps competition. We'll worship him in the way we do those things. And what's more, we'll worship him perfectly. It will be magnificent. It will be wonderful. What else will fill the new heavens and the new earth? Well, surely much of the beauty that we enjoy and see in green Bloemfontein, in Cape Town and other places. Mountains are spoken of. Horses are spoken of and referred to in Revelation. Does that give us an indication? I think it does, as Isaiah does. The lion will lie down with the lamb. The little one will not be bitten and harmed by a poisonous snake. There will be harmony between not just human beings and other human beings and God, but human beings and the whole of creation, human beings and animals. I expect there will be animals in heaven, in the new heavens and the new earth, but they will not be harmful or dangerous to us anymore, and neither will we to them. How exciting that will be, how wonderful it will be as we look forward to those realities. So in short, and I hope I've answered some of your questions, we will enjoy everything we enjoyed on earth and more, and without sin or harm or struggle. And we will, as we come to God, find Him as the object of our affections. Perhaps we'll be sitting at His feet, hearing from Him as He speaks about the mysteries we struggle to understand in the old earth, the struggles we had, the questions we have. I think we'll feel free to ask them. Perhaps you've got a list, I have, but we'll ask them in awe. We'll ask them wanting to know more of Him and His purposes. And perhaps some of the questions we have will just simply have melted away. They will be unimportant. But even those questions we agonized about and still have, and that Pastor Ray never answered, I'm sure we will be sitting, asking, enjoying His company. He is the most fascinating, interesting, glorious person in the world. We will never be bored in His presence. Never. God bless you.